want to share it with so many other faculty members. Then, as of now, there are 255 participants. It is an amazing thing. Many faculty, many principals, many people are joining. No, not for the sake of joining. This is out of their interest that they are joining. I want to thank each and every one of the participants. Like we all know, there is a stiff target that without NBA approval process might be under jeopardy. So these are some pushes definitely, but the pull is also there. So push and pull both are working for us, and NBA is must because of the quality assurance part of it. Good, you are looking at the quality assurance as a separate thing. I will little bit touch on the quality assurance, little bit, just to say the difference. Then today we are going to touch upon criteria 3 predominantly. So by and large, Dr. Bhaskar has eloquently covered much of the areas pertaining to the things, criteria that lead to COPO calculation and attainment. So I will not go in depth, but wherever needed, I shall definitely give some kind of a background for that. Okay, then what I am going to present is 100% NBA. So this is what NBA wants. In what all areas I look at NBA? I am looking at NBA from 3 levels. One, that is I am a doer. I am preparing. So I am preparing for NBA. So that is level 1. Level 2, I am presenting data to NBA. So I know the difficulties in the preparation and the presentation. Number 3, not many people are given that opportunity. I thank NBA for giving me that opportunity. That is, I'm also a program evaluator. So those 3 days or 2.5 days, that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, I'm sitting on the other side of the desk. So I'm doing that audit also. I'm seeing what are all the pitfalls where faculty make mistakes, where institutions make mistakes. So all those things I have implemented in my presentation, and this is a very practical approach. So this is what I want to tell. Then I want to make a request to all the participants. You can continue to send a chat. For example, I will also prompt you, kindly say, yes, so far everything is clear. So as of now, I will request all participants to just send a chat message telling, I am so and so, I am continuing in this, something like that, from your name, your institution, so that I will keep a flow. Why do I need this flow? In a class, when we are handling a subject, we have eye contact. So this is not possible here. There in the classroom or in a physical class, I'm asking body language of the student. I'm asking question. He or she replies, yes, sir, thumbs up, whatever it is. So I want your connect with me through the chat. So I think that is okay. I'm starting to get chat messages. So please continue to send your chat messages to me. You can also ask queries. Mostly I will reply to all the queries, but please do give me that leeway. If I do miss one or two, I am always available for you so that we can continue this discussion. That comes to the next point and the most vital, important point, which Dr. Bhaskar has also mentioned many times. Please remember that one training you cannot become a master. There has to be multiple trainings and retrainings again and again. That Professor Bhaskar also mentioned. Dr. Bhaskar, he very clearly gave the example of Toyota. I started in 2007. Prior to that, in Bannari, I approached NBA. We got NBA, but that was input-output basis. On outcome-based with Infosys in 2007, we started. Infosys spent 500,000 US dollars. So after that, something like 20 programs I have attended, maybe 10 training programs I have organized, and about 10 audits I have undergone. So all these things are necessary. Retraining is needed. So please do not think that, oh, I attended one class, now I do not understand. Nothing wrong. So there has to be different trainings, multiple trainings. So maybe we will be part of more such things. Okay. So with your permission, let me go into the screen share. I have screen share. Shall I share the screen, sir? Yes, here I am. So now this is the first screen, the top sheet, where I just say it is a version number. There are 18 steps. Okay, you can always ask, why is it 18? So you can tell there can be 10, you can condense it. Okay, you can tell there can be 20, you can make a few more screens also. But as I see, I decided on 18. There is nothing like SAR says 18 steps. How to make a complex work simple. And many of you know, Dr. Bhaskar knows, we have also attended few training programs. The most not properly done. So the worst handled class will be COPO attainment. After that, we will never understand what the speaker was going to do. But in my case, I have simplified it with multiple levels of abstraction so that anybody can start using it. I have put it in Excel sheet. Okay. So you keep sending your chats. I'll be very happy to receive your chats as well. Okay. So now I'm going to step 1. Yeah, here we are. So this is the simplest thing which you can do during lockdown period as well. Okay, you don't need any additional data. What all is in that screen? It says tier 2. There may be 1 or 2 colleges tier 1 who are present in this meeting. Don't worry, where tier 1 is data is different, I will let you know. But as of the difference are very simple. Senthil Kumar K raised a hand, but you can put the chat. I think that will be better. Yeah. So more. I want to see the chats any. Yeah, 91 chats are there. So that's coming over. Okay, so there we go. I am continuously seeing the chats also. Okay, so this is the step 1. And I call it as the curriculum table. So what all is in the curriculum table? You need a batch. So batch is the 4-year period. What is academic year? Academic year is the 1-year period. So both is needed. So why the batch is needed, I will tell you as we progress, but please include batch. Here, what all I have done, what are the attributes here? Year of study, I have got a course number. Please remember, course number is given by you. It is given by your college, by your institute. So that we don't have confusion, I have added one more column, which is Anna University code. And I am also giving course name. Okay. Please remember, there is no course outcome as such. I have divided this into 4 different years. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first year is C101. So it can be English or mathematics or whatever you wish. Similarly, in the second year, I am listing my course. It is college specific. Nobody else can argue on this number. Only you know. Similarly, go up till, for example, C411, which is the last course of that year, which is the 4th year. Then I am writing the course name also, so that there is no confusion whatsoever. Sir, is this clear? Please, I want more chats. Is it clear? Please give your chats, comments. Please, faculty members, esteemed faculty members. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of clear. Yes. Thank you, sir. So I'm going in for step 2. Step 2, I have taken one course. Okay. Remember, it is only for one course. In this one course, I am preparing the course outcome. Like this, I am preparing for all the courses. I am going to prepare course outcome. So what all I have put batch, for example, last year is first year, 2019 to 2023, academic year 1920, Anna University code I am again bringing in. Why I am bringing in Anna University code? Many of us know that Anna University has also given course outcomes. So you can improve upon that, you can add, delete, modify. As well as, see here, if I'm seeing course outcome number. Yesterday, Dr. Bhaskar mentioned limited to 6. So I have also limited to 6, but you can have 5 to 8 course outcome. I have seen many colleges when I visited for MBA as expert, 5 are being done. They have also got accreditation. The more the number of course outcome, it becomes very difficult to prepare the course outcomes. Then course outcomes might overlap, which will also add to the confusion. So my choice is either 5 or 6. Yesterday, Dr. Bhaskar said 6. I think it is a good number. We can do with 6, but nobody will stop you if you have 5 or you have 7 or 8. It's up to you. My choice, either 5 or 6. Okay, sir. As far as course outcome statement is concerned, yesterday he mentioned that it should be measurable. Why it should be measurable? For the very simple reason, end of all this MBA work you are doing, preparing the CO, writing it down, what are you going to do finally? What are you going to do? You are going to measure it. You are going to calculate it. You are going to tell, using this, I attained my PO. So if I cannot measure my CO, then we will have a tough time in calculation and subsequent PO attainment. Is this clear, sir? This is standalone. This also you can do anytime. Anytime you can do this, esteemed professors. Anytime you can do during now also. You have to, this very simple screen. There is a step 2. I am only calling prepare course outcomes. I am writing down my course outcome number. I am writing down the course outcome statement. Okay. So here I want to deviate a little bit for you. So if it's clear, please put clear. So I'm deviating. How do you prepare the course outcome? It is very simple. If one person, if R.S. Kumar alone sits and writes the course outcome, there are chances that it might be a mistake. So, for example, I am handling strength of material, and there are 5 people who can handle strength of material in the department. They have handled earlier. Somebody is going to handle next year. A few youngsters. Together, you have a brainstorming discussion. Then you complete your outcome statement. Okay, sir. We will see this more in step 3. It is very important. I'm going to step 3. This is also a very, very simple work, but it will need collaborative activity. Okay, sir. So what do I call it? I